Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim. Welcome to the Dragon, or for the tourist out there, Tail of the Dragon. But for people that have been up here on their motorcycles before, we're getting ready to run the gap. 318 turns in 11 miles before you get to the North Carolina side, where the infamous Dragon, Tail of the Dragon store is, where you can get your t-shirt, your bumper stickers, and everything else. We're on the Tennessee side, and about a mile up here, if that, is where it officially kind of begins. There isn't one single left or right you can make until you get to the Tail of the Dragon, where the road will fork. We're on the 129 in Tennessee. And I don't know what this lake is called, but it's beautiful. Maybe it's Fontana Lake. I've been up here many, many times on my Harley Davidson, my Honda Goldwing. I've always had big touring bikes. Never had any small sport bikes, crotch rockets, lean overs, other words that we big dresser people call them, and that's another term called a dresser. If you have a big Harley Davidson with the windshield and the radio and everything, those are referred to as dressers. They're all dressed up with all that. Or a bagger, it's called a bagger. I'll help educate you here a little bit, get the lingo down. We've got an actual 50-mile-an-hour speed zone here, because we have not actually got to the Dragon yet. But as you can see, we're getting close. There's a little facility there if you need to stop. Oh, look at that lake over there. Let me stop and just video that for you guys. Yeah, this is memorable here. Boy, there's not any wind. Look at the reflection coming off of that lake. Let me get out here and show you. Oh man, this is a rare moment. You're seeing it right here on this first fall day. Oh man, a postcard if there ever was one. Look at this, folks. Some of my charcoal briquettes. That water has got, I mean, can you imagine skinning it on a jet ski or some skis or a wakeboard, or just cruising it in a boat? Look at that. It's like a new little rights are human rights. Somebody wrote that on there. Let's walk out to that little dock there. And I'll do some zooming and let you enjoy this amazing. It's interesting, they have a walkway that goes over there, but I'm gonna cheat and walk right down through here. And we're gonna pan this and get some photos. All right, let's zoom in. If I never saw anything else in my life and the good Lord took me, it doesn't get much better than this. Just breathtaking. No words are needed, right? Ooh, I need to put glasses on. I was zooming into the water. Sorry about that. Amazing. All right, let's begin the tail of the dragon, but let me grab a couple of photos with the camera. I'm not going to use the option that I have of taking a picture right now with the video going. I'm actually going to get them with the iPhone camera. So we'll be right back. We'll be running that dragon. All right, enjoy this epic drive as we get up to the dragon here. We've come 37 miles from Pigeon Forge. Very easy drive, beautiful drive. Even the 321 was amazing until you got to the Foothills Parkway. And it literally began as soon as I left the camp. You go down the parkway, a couple of red lights, and there's Mears Road, whatever it's called, the 321. That's what I'm looking at to the right. This huge, amazing lake. Look, there's a power line tower sitting in the water. Let's get back up here at it. Oh, fix you up there. All right. No vehicle RVs over 30 feet. Turn around right there because motorcycle high crash area, next 11 miles. Here we are. Slow it down because the next 11 miles is 318 turns. Not for the faint of heart. Anywhere I can pull over and let anybody go by, I don't care if it's a car or a motorcycle, I will. We're going to be in, let's see, we're in 5th gear. I'm talking switchbacks, baby. What you really have to worry about is these Floridians that come up here that have never seen a turn. I want to get the hood and that IOTI out of the view. Or they're distracted and they cross the yellow. Yeah, some of these turns, they just keep on going around. So I learned a long time ago coming up here, you take a lot of pride in not straightening out the curves, as they call it. Stay in your dang lane. So they got some mile marker signs there now. That was 10.5. This will be a good video. The complete tail of the dragon video from a Super Duty. See? These turns, you just gotta hit the brake. I mean, it just comes. And these guys on these bikes, man, you should see them. There's some very, very good motorcycle riders that come up here with the full leather and everything. All the knee pads, a full face helmet, the gloves, and then there's some also people that think they're good. But look at this. Oh, it all comes back to me. Oh my gosh, look at this. You can't go very fast in a Super Duty. Another thing that comes up here is it's not just motorcycles. There are tons of people that are on forums that have Corvettes, Porsches, Mazda RX, Miatas, everything you can imagine. Different clubs come up here. They call it meets, and you'll see 8, 10, 20 of them in a row, following each other nose to tail, running all up and down the Dragon here, and then over to the Cherahela Parkway. Famous town up here is Robbinsville, at the bottom of the Dragon down there, where people get fuel and stay in rooms that don't have, they don't camp out at like the motorcycle campgrounds. There's 2 or 3 motorcycle campgrounds. In fact, I don't know if they allow it anymore, but you used to be able to throw a tent right here at the Dragon store. There's a little motel there too. Be interesting to see what they've rebuilt it as. It was just a little dive last time I was up here. They probably tore it down and rebuilt it. I know the store got improvements since I'd been coming up here. Maybe that motel's been redone. Are you counting them? There's 318 turns. You lost count? All right, let's go back and start over. See, 15 miles an hour. And these guys go running through here. They wear these things on their knees, these metal plates that put sparks out, and they lean over. But you can see there's a wet road here. There's leaves from the fall, and those are just like oil. I don't think we're going to see too many. But we might see a motorcycle. It's a Tuesday. I mean, look at this. I remember I had my Civic SI. It's a 6-speed little sports car that Honda made. The SI had the VTEC engine in it, and it was awesome in turns like this. It wasn't a Corvette like straight away, but don't mess with it in the turns. It was like a little Porsche. It was like on rails, and I would very seldom would I ever see third gear. It was first and second, and I would run with these other guys up here. I told the story about it. In the fall, late in the fall, when it was really cold, and all the leaves okay, this is not it. This is not the lookout where everybody turns around. It's a little further up. Killboy had him a hell of a business. I'm sure he still does it. He has people that work for him that take pictures of people on their motorcycles coming around these corners, and they sit behind trees and whatever, and they capture these pictures, and they're online, and all you got to do is buy your photo from the photos that he takes of you. And he had a hell of a business. But I got to meet him. He had a WRX, a Subaru 300 horsepower 4-door that he put some real sticky tires on and did some motor work to it. And him and a couple of motorcycles and a guy with a 280Z, and I had my SI. It was a variety of cars that we would meet at 10 p.m. at the store up here, and we'd run till 2 in the morning, the Dragon back and forth. And what we would do is we would run with high beams on, rear view mirrors up. We took pride in staying in our lane. We didn't straighten out the turns. And we'd run nose to tail. And I told the story, and I'll tell it again. One of the guys that was on a motorcycle was so good that first of all, he did it in that cold weather, and he would, like a turn like this, he'd go around you. And here you are in a car and a pretty good driver, and you're doing it as fast as you can, and here he goes around you. It was so cool. But as you can see, these motorcycles, one wrong turn on these turns here, there's no guardrails, and you're off into the abyss. So I don't know how many times I ran the Dragon here. before I could never really remember it. There was only certain sections that when you got there, a couple of little straightaways, that you go, oh yeah, I remember this part, I can go a little faster. Otherwise, it's so many switchbacks, you can't remember it. But I know a lot of people have. One more story comes to mind about some of the fastest laps through here. There was a guy that had a canary yellow gold wing, and he was called the Yellow Wolf. He was a trucker, and he had a gold wing, and he could ride. And he would ride behind those crotch rockets, those sport bikes, pass them, video them, hang in there with them, follow them and video them. He was famous. He's on YouTube. Here comes a bike. Oh yeah. Hey, there he is, Killboy. There he is. He's videoing me. He took a picture of me. Oh, I'll have to go on his website. See the crusher going through. See? I told it gospel, folks. I guess we're going to see some bikes. You get to that store, here comes a Can-Am. You get to that store, you're going to see a lot of bikes. Everybody's taking it easy on the wet road here. But anyway, the Yellow Wolf, he was one of the fastest. In another store, you may not believe it, one of the fastest people to go through here was on a Suzuki Bergman. If you don't know what that is, it's 129 photos. See, I told you he's got a lot of people working for him. Now they're just like completely visible. I waved at him. He got me with that telescopic lens. See this, 15 miles an hour? Anyway, a Bergman is a scooter. It's a 750 or maybe it's a 900. They got a big one, but there's no shifting on it. And there was a guy that went through here like a bat out of hell on a Bergman. But there's also another famous guy on a Gixxer 1000. That means GSXR 1000. It's a sport bike. And he was pretty famous because he was quite talented. Very talented. What do you think, folks? See, here they are. Yeah, I'm giving them some thumbs up, looking up close in my windshield to get me some pictures with the Super Crusher. Cool. Go on killboy.com or 129 photos, Google that, and you'll probably, here comes another one in another turn, and you will see by tomorrow they'll have them uploaded. 129photos.com. He's got the Crush It tag. Oh yeah, I gotta get me some. So you can see the samples and buy them. But they got watermarks on them, so you can't cheat and print them. You got to buy them, but you'll be able to see them. So they're making money even with cars, baby. They see that Super Crusher coming through that turn. They get out of it. Then again, he was riding two up. Two up means, if you're not a motorcyclist, is when you have someone on the back. You're riding two up. Another term is rubber side down. Something you'll say to somebody when you park company, meaning keeping those tires on the street, not upside down. Also, if you come through here, very, very popular thing to do is, you see, we're in Tennessee. And if you're coming the other way like these vehicles that have passed us, you don't know. You don't know if there's going to be a Tennessee cop sitting there. And believe me, a bunch of tickets have been written here. Okay? They have a certain tolerance, but if you're coming from the way that car just passed, you do not know if there's a cop. So what you do, if you're coming this way and people are going past the other way, you tap the top of your head on your motorcycle. You pat your head. That means cop ahead. But here's a secret. If you're driving in the direction that I'm driving now, because the North Carolina line is right at the end of this, at the store, North Carolina does not have jurisdiction, and they are not on this they are not on, I had to give them another thumbs up. They are not on this road, writing speeding tickets. So what does that mean? That means if you go down there to the turnaround at the end of the 11 miles after the 318 turns going the other way, and you didn't see a Tennessee cop, there is no lefts and rights out of here. They can't just show up unless they helicopter themselves in. So you know you've got a clean slate all the way back to the Gap store. Because if you didn't see one going the other way, there's not going to be one going back. And that's when they really open them up. They go fast both ways, but when you get down there and turn around and you know you didn't see anybody, see these little turnouts here, you can pull over, nothing to look at, but you can sit there and watch the bikes go by. I'm so glad I came up here today. I'm on the Dragon. Look at that sign right there. No overnight parking. Yeah, they're really taking it slow, and why wouldn't they? Look at this road is like wet. So giving you guys a lot of trivia there. I had 3 pots of coffee. I know I'm all hopped up. There's a white Accord behind me, like the one I sold. Never think about that car. Only until I just saw that one in my rearview mirror, side mirror, did I even think about it. I might have had a thought about it when I was talking on my video earlier this morning about driving the truck and all. I was thinking, well, maybe that Honda would have been a little easier to slide through here a little bit, but I'm glad I got to go slow as a snail through here. This is nothing to try to impress anybody and run the Gap with a cement truck. I got some photos though. I got my own video, and I got some photos from Killboy and 129photos.com. They seem to have taken over Killboy. I only saw one Killboy. He started it all. You probably couldn't see, we went around the corner so fast, but they got these telephoto lenses that they're using, and they know what they're doing. You should see some of the photos if you go on that website of how leaned over some of these guys are. And they know the turn to sit there and park at and set that up. That's like these are all, everywhere you see those guys is like a famous turn. "15 miles an hour means 15 miles an hour. Unless you're on a sport bike. If I were to guess how fast some of these guys come around these turns, I'd say maybe like 40. And some of the turns that aren't such a sharp radius, like right here, they'll get that bike up to and slam on the brakes right here. They'll go from point to point. It's quite a scene, man, on in the summer when it's dry and they're all out here running. I might let that Accord go by. And I remember running that Civic Si through here. Go ahead. Hey, look, it's a touring. No, it's a sport. It's got a black spoiler on the trunk. Not a touring model. Only when I look at them do I miss them and think, man. You talking about when I used to say, when you sell something today, folks, you better, I don't care if it's your refrigerator, you better think about replacement value. Because if you give that thing away, no matter what it is, and you want to get that thing again, or just a newer one, you better get all you can for what you got. Because things are expensive, and they're getting more expensive. Well, let's see, 71 degrees. I guess I can kill the air conditioning. Just use the, down there at the lake, it was a little warm, so I bumped it on, but I keep pushing it back to warmer because I'm cold. See, there you go. There's a guy with a Toyota Supra. I gave the story once. I'll give the short version. There was a guy all weekend long. I was up here on my Harley, Gold Wing, whichever one I had. And you kept hearing him come. You couldn't see him yet. You could hear him. It was a turbo, four-wheel steering Carrera, 911 Porsche. And you could hear him spooling up that turbo. And then he would go by. And I saw him at the store up here where we're going to go. There's a Gold Wing. No, it was a Harley. I apologize. And I saw him at the store. And he's wearing a helmet driving his car. But every time I saw him earlier that day, he was absolutely the road runner. He was bringing the pavement up behind him, like slinging a garden hose. You got the visual on that? Remember the road runner? He'd go through the, it looked like a dragon. I walked up to the guy, I said, man, you got to give me a ride in this car. I've been seeing you all day. He goes, get in. Oh, that was a mistake and not a mistake. That's something I'll never forget. He got going with that thing through here. He was a professional, absolutely professional race car driver. Told me about he had this rich woman that he met that got it for him. It was brand new, or newer, and he went through so fast, like through here and stuff. I was like, scared out of my mind. Why did I stop back there? Scared out of my mind. I don't know, that big truck was coming. And nobody's behind me. I was so scared, and then I went from being scared to like, well, if we come off this curve and into like one of those trees right there, I'm gonna be dead probably instantly. And this is such a rush that I said, I just don't care. Now I say that facetiously, but it really kind of was a fear that I got over while still being very afraid. It was just like, hell, go for it. I got a motorcycle. I'm going to pull over and let him go. I think I saw him going the other way. He's already coming back and meeting me. He'll probably go around me in the turn. He gives me a wave. Look at him go. He doesn't even have like the clip-on lean over handlebars. He's got what you call an upright handlebar thing, but that bike was going through here like nothing. He got his big old fat wide tires in the back, and they're really sticky. He's having a blast. I always wanted to ride one. Anyway, the Porsche story ended, right? I got back. I made it safe. Got down there to the turnaround here in Tennessee, and we came back, of course, where I had my motorcycle parked at the Dragon store. Never will forget it. It was like that thing was hooked to the road, like a roller coaster. Four-wheel steering, if you don't know what that is, the rear wheels actually turn a couple of inches along with the front wheels, not as much, of course. That gives you this, it slings the back around so that you don't, cross the yellow, swing out wide, spin out. We had them on the Honda Prelude when I sold Hondas back in the day. It was called 4WS, four-wheel steering, and it was really cool. Got a couple cars behind me. Maybe I'll give them a break. That's just the thing to do. Hey, speaking of that, look what's right there. A Carrera 4S. How appropriate. He's gone. He's following that other car, but they're both trying to get it. That Porsche just had to hit his brake lights because he probably caught that other car. Not to mention it's a pretty sharp turn. We ran the Dragon and we're not done yet. What turn are we on out of the 318? Do you know? Oh, these bikes, they love it when they start seeing dry pavement. Oh, I got a couple of bikes coming up behind me. I'll pull out. See, there you go. There's a, oh, look, another Porsche. You got some people up here today on a meet. That was a either a, I don't know, McLaren or a freaking Ferrari, or there's a Corvette. See? Here they come. You bet, buddy. Got the toot of the horn from them. Got another wing coming up. I'll get out of his way in just a second. He waved. Oh, I pulled out in front of that guy. Sorry, buddy. I mean, not in front of him, but he was coming up too. I should let him go. I'll pull over. The thing to do, especially on a cement truck. These guys want to have some fun. Go ahead. Oh, they're showing up, aren't they? He's on a Harley Sportster. He won't be leaning over quite as much. You'd be surprised what a Gold Wing can do. I had mine. It was an aluminum frame. I'm not a sport bike rider, so I can't say that I can, scrape metal or scrape my floorboards is what people say. Will you really lean over? But I thought I pushed it to the limit. I went through here pretty good. And I used to tow one of these trailers called a Bush Tech that I bought in Tennessee, in Knoxville, I think. And went up there to the factory to pick it up. A couple of buddies of mine went with me with Harleys. We stayed overnight at a hotel and got the tour of the plant. $5,000 I paid for it. And guess what kind of trailer it was? All it did was carry garments, suitcases, luggage. But it was color matched to my Gold Wing. I told you, when I lived in Atlanta, the business I was in for 33 years, selling the automotive service cards, has been extremely lucrative and very good to me. I didn't have to work much to make money. I could have, hired salespeople. I could have worked harder myself and made a lot more than I did over those years. But it was so lucrative that I just wanted to live my life. So I've been basically semi-retired for about, let's see, I did that 33 and I quit in 20 when the pandemic hit. It's now 25. So yeah, 38 years ago, I sort of retired because I'm still working now. In fact, I put more hours in to doing YouTube than I ever did selling them service cards, maintenance service cards. Here we go. Welcome to North Carolina. And that's the end of the Dragon. There's a fence. Welcome to North Carolina. Down here, just around the bend, is going to be the Dragon store, where we're going to go in, get us a, I don't know about a t-shirt, but I'll get us a sticker to put on the Super Crusher, since she did officially run it. Some people buy these stickers online and have them mailed to them. They've never been up here. Put them on their motorcycles. You'll see a lot of bikes up here that have them on their rear fender. Now, on a good day, a warm day, during the summer and all that, especially a weekend, there'll be hundreds of motorcycles. There it is, Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort. Well, the next part of our drive is going to be around Fontana Lake, and you're going to love it. And that's down there where right there, Fontana Village, where the motorcycle campground is that I used to stay at the Kickstand Lodge, where Mo and Bobby are. Definitely going to go by there. There comes the junction 28. The 28 is a very twisty road, like the there's a store over here on the left, just like the Deals Gap. Yep, people used to sit in tents right there. We'll get a video of it before I get out of the truck. We'll walk around. Here's something brand new right here, that's on the right that you didn't see, that I've never seen before. All right, we're going to find a place to park. It's all motorcycle parking there. Let's go on in. Look at all the motorcycle parking here. Look at this place. I don't know if I'm going to be able to squeeze through. I don't know if I can squeeze through that way, so we'll go this way. These guys are all in the rooms up here. Got them a room. We're at the Dragon, baby. Now look, this is the Tree of Shame. That's where people hang parts to the people that have wrecked on the Dragon. They've crashed. And they hang their motorcycle parts right there. It's called the Tree of Shame. These are what you call sport bikes, folks. Maybe we'll grab us some new subscribers here. Check out the rooms, huh? Wonder how far ahead you got to book them. Oh, they do allow tent camping still. Check it out. At the end of the, there's even a trailer. Way out there, I saw, oh, that's a motorcycle cover. I thought it was a tent. But along there where that camper trailer is, there used to be dozens of like dome tents. So we're going to go on the other side of that trailer and park and get out with the camera and a selfie stick. And we're going to walk around and get some video for you of Tale of the Dragon. We're going to end this one right here. See you on the next clip.